Licalsi,
Yeah?
weren't you at the 116 out in Queens?
Yeah. Till last month.
Why did I call over there to get special attention on an apartment building?
Yeah.
Give me the address. I'll take care of it.
Got another
Yeah,
one.
no. Got a piece of paper? No.
Right.
This is my ex-wife's address. There was a robbery in the basement on Tuesday. Super didn't report it.
I'll make sure the sector car keeps an eye on it. I will too. I live out there myself.
Appreciate it.
I didn't realize you were getting a divorce.
Yeah, I'm just getting it done.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry, but Sipowicz.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're doing after work if you're going over to the
He
hospital.
might not be alive that long.
Well, if you want someone to ride over there with you, or just get a beer.
Thanks. I'll let you know.
Come here, Kelly. Things out of your pocket and put them right there, all right?
I'm on my way.
Right now, scroll from the left to the right.
Officer Licalsi. You want to get that beer?
Sure.
There you go.
Was Sipowicz your first partner?
Yep. Since I got my shield.
He's tough, huh? He's still hanging on.
I've been afraid to go over there. My dad died in that hospital when I was a kid, you know.
How'd he die?
He was a cop. Went through the wrong door.
I'm sorry. My dad's a cop, too.
Oh, yeah? Whereabouts?
Uptown, the 2-7. My folks live in Staten Island now.
They must be proud of you, huh?
Hope so. You didn't have to be at the hospital. You were with Sipowicz when it mattered.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know, we got into a big beef right before he went after Giadella. I halfway think that's why he did it, you know? I mean, I know that's not why he got shot, but... You know, it just seems that no matter how much you feel about someone, you never really get it squared away, you know? You never really get to understand them the way you wanted.
Is that how it was with your wife?
No, she blamed the job. Said I was in the street too much.
Well, maybe she didn't meet you halfway. Maybe she didn't know how to listen.
There's probably enough blame to go around there, right? You want to get some dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's nice.
May I take these? Thank you.
So what do you want to be doing in a couple of years?
What you're doing now? I want my shield. I heard you got yours when you were 28.
Yep, I was lucky. So what do we do now?
That depends on you.
You're right up front, aren't you?
I don't count on second chances.
You're gonna think I'm weird if I tell you I'm not really sure what I want to do.
I don't think you're weird.
I was married 6 years. I never fooled around.
Really?
That's right.
Well, why don't we just play it by ear?
Where are we playing?
Marino, you wanted to see me?
This guy won't hear reason. Is that your impression? That Kelly won't back off?
I'm not sure. He's pretty upset about his partner.
Not sure. You're screwing the guy and you're not sure? All right. I want you to kill him.
How am I gonna do that?
You're a cop. You'll figure something out.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. You're quiet.
Sorry.
No, it's no problem. It's just I'm not exactly bubbly myself tonight.
How's your day?
And then me and the ex got into a beef.
What about?
I don't know. I don't know what we're fighting about. You seem preoccupied.
Sorry. I said I was sorry.
I'm not asking you to say you're sorry, okay? Is it something to do with us?
I'll work it out.
I'm a big boy. If it's about our seeing each other, you can tell me.
Okay. I'm having a problem, Johnny. I'm having a problem with us seeing each other.
Okay? No hard feelings.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means, okay, I understand if you don't want to keep going out.
You think that's what this is about? That I want to break up and I don't know how to do it? You think we're teenagers?
Then what's your problem?
My problem?
Mm-hmm.
My problem is that I think I'm in love with you.
And why is that a problem?
Good evening, Mr. Holt.
What's going on? Why is this son of a bitch Kelly still walking around?
It hasn't worked out yet, Mr. Marino.
It hasn't, huh? Since it worked out for Kelly. He's got my nuts in a ring and he's selling tickets. You're with him on the job. You're with him all night. I want him dead.
All right. I understand.
Maybe you're not just screwing the guy. Maybe you're falling in love with him. That's it, isn't it? You fell in love.
I told you I will work it out.
There's nothing to work out. Clip him. Pull the trigger.
Anyone see Detective Kelly?
I never got used to this part of it. I don't like getting beat.
You didn't get beat.
Tell that to Giardella, that lucky bastard. I had Marino squeezed, he was gonna give him up.
Something happened that was out of your control. It's no one's fault. You'll get over it.
Since when are you such an optimist? Julio's last night, there was a black cloud hanging over that table.
Well, after Julio's, I made some decisions about us. I think we have a chance at a fresh start. You got anything against fresh starts?
No.
Hey, detective.
Hey. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure. How you doing, Detective?
I'm doing all right. Would you tell me that your name's different than your dad's?
When I joined the force, I took my mom's maiden name. I didn't want to ride on my father's coattails.
Your dad's name is Dominic Gennaro, the 2-7.
So? So my dad's name is on a list.
These are wrong cops. Okay, this is part of a deal that Giardello is trying to float.
Giardella's trying to save his ass.
Did they reach out to you?
Let's go outside. Who's talking to me now?
What do you mean?
You talking to me as a cop?
I'm talking to you as the guy you've been sleeping with. The one you said you were in love with, how that was giving you such a problem till just before Marino got killed. Huh? Is that what happened? Did you take him out?
I think we could have a life together.
Is that what happened?
Even if it is, the case never makes.
Oh, my God.
We could have a life.
How you doing, Cookie?
Good, Daddy. Is everything okay at home?
Yeah, Mom's good.
What's up?
I wanted to see you before you found something out. They're going to make an announcement this afternoon. Some cops are going to be indicted. I'm going to be one of them. It's out of this Giardello testimony with the grand jury. They're going to say I took money from Angelo Marino. I was on his payroll. How come you don't ask if it's true?
You tell me what you want to tell me.
They paid me for giving up warrants. When I was on gambling and narcotics, I tipped them if there was going to be a raid. It's been over for 5 years, but I did it. Now I'm glad when you joined the force you used Mom's name. How you feel personally is one thing, but at least nobody's going to know we're related.
I'm not ashamed to be your daughter.
I want you to know I'm proud of you. I've always been proud of the way you carried yourself, the kind of cop you are. I'll always be glad for that part anyway, that these bastards never reached out to you. You okay? You got someone you can talk to?
Yeah. Daddy, I'm fine.
Hey, detective, report that right by Okay, let me send these back and you can pick this stuff up.
Detective Kelly. Is this gonna go on forever?
What's that?
You pretending I don't
You
exist.
got real guts, you know that? Why don't you figure yourself lucky I don't call you for a homicide and stay away from me, all right?
Could I just talk to you for a minute? I need to talk to you.
No, you don't. I understand what happened. You were dirty. You were getting squeezed. You whacked Marino to get loose, and now you're gonna get away with it.
John, you're the only one I can talk to.
I can, okay? Hey! Regards from Harry Timmons.
Yeah? How's he doing? How's his...
He's dead.
Your father?
Cleaning his gun. He left me this letter in my apartment. I don't want you to feel bad. There's reasons this makes sense. This way, Mommy gets benefits, which I don't feel it's right she'd lose. Because whatever else, that was still me going through those doors 22 years. The one thing I can rest easy with, you're a good person. And you're on your way. And you weren't touched by any of this. Oh, God. He used to hold me in his arms. And I'd feel that nothing could go wrong in the whole world.
Can I talk to you for a minute, Detective?
Yeah. I'll see you outside, all right?
Yeah, sure. Catch you later, Sheriff.
Go to your dad's service.
Yeah, I just got back.
How'd your mother hold up?
Okay. I wanted to thank you for being there for me the other night.
Ah, it's all right.
John, I don't want it to be over for us.
This is not the place to talk
Well,
about
it's not like you let me pick my spots.
Okay. I admit I have feelings for you, but it's not going to work out for us.
I'm not going to take that for an answer. We can make it work out.
I got to go, all right?
Kelly, he's okay, your pipe.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's a free country, right?
Yeah.
I heard how you went out of your way for that society woman.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it because she's a society woman.
All I'm saying is that you knew she didn't plan to do what she did. You found it in your heart to try to understand. What happened, John? Did she have to confess before you could forgive her?
You've had too much to drink.
Yeah, and I'm only on my second one. I am such an easy date. I think you better give me my rights.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I killed Marino in his driveway.
I don't want to hear this from you.
I'm confessing.
I don't want
to
to
you.
hear this from
I'm
you.
in your
Did you hear what I
hands.
said?
I killed them, and I think that in time you will forgive me.
Here you go. Detective John Kelly, got a phone call.
Kelly and Sipowizch, you know Licalsi and Lucas.
Hey,
Lucas and Licalsi were working street conditions. They busted a couple of street dealers who rolled and gave up the address of a heroin cutting room and a scheduled drop. We're gonna pull a search warrant and go for it.
When would that be?
the mechanics and baggers should be there about 10 o'clock tonight.
Can everybody make 10 o'clock work?
Sure, no problem.
There goes my Wednesday Glee Club.
1-5, Murray.
I didn't ask for you. We just brought the information you
I got no problem working with you.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
This is the police! We have a warrant! You have 10 seconds to open that door! 8, 9, 10, hit it! Freeze! Freeze! Freeze!
Good.
You know, the shooting technique employed by Detective Kelly this evening isn't taught in the training area.
Yeah, no, I developed it personally. Yeah.
This technique is known as immobilization patterning, right? Yeah, it requires complete control and command of your weapon. The idea being that you peg shots around the body perimeter of the perpetrator, causing him to freeze up and become immobile.
Yeah, it grew out of watching hatchet throwers at carnivals when I was a kid.
All right, I gotta make the trip. My round.
I'm out, Detective.
No, yeah?
Yeah, my wife gets all shipped at the hospital, so I'm gonna pick her up.
Okay, next time.
Hey, good work tonight, man.
Thanks.
Good work.
All right, hey, boy, you eat a lot of spinach, huh?
Night.
See you later.
Take it easy. Yeah. So, what do you say?
Two more.
All right, a couple beers and another club soda.
Well, I've been leaving you alone like you asked me to.
And I appreciate it.
But I've been thinking about you a lot.
I've been thinking about you, too. I've been thinking that we should talk.
It's been my inclination for a while, too.
My marriage is over, so... I've been alone too much, and it would be nice to have somebody to be with and talk to.
I know.
See, the thing is, with Marino and the other dead guy aside, my problem is... You approached me because he told you to, right?
Okay. But we wound up in bed because I wanted to be there.
And I want to believe that.
Believe it.
What about the two dead guys in the car?
They told me to kill you. I didn't feel like I had any other choice but to do what I did. I'm not saying I didn't know that there were other ways to go. But with the situation with my father, I didn't feel like I could turn them in. I've gone over and over this, John, and I just...
All right. I hear you. Guess I could take forever to make my mind up about it, so... Meanwhile, our lives are going by.
You take as much time as you need, John. I'm not going anywhere.
Nice collar, Sipowicz.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, Andy. Bring him on.
Thank you. There you go, yeah.
Well, she's a good person. But certain events have taken place, and she's ended up doing something that most people would think is wrong.
Do you think it's wrong?
Yeah, I do.
Does she?
So far, she seems okay with it.
Well, if she's the good person you say she is, she can't be okay with it. You know that.
I don't know that.
Well, I think that's why you're here. Well, what exactly did she do?
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, a venial sin, a mortal sin, what?
I can't say.
I'm your priest. What do you mean you can't say?
I can't say.
Yeah? Well, then why don't you come back here when you're ready to stop acting like a tube steak?
I got a lot going right now. You got my beeper, right?
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay, because, you know, if you get into trouble later on, I want you to give me a call, all right?
I really think I'm gonna be okay.
Okay, well, you may feel okay now, you may not later.
Point taken, Johnny, okay?
So you got the beeper. This is your man. And use it later if you need to. Okay? I'll be around, all right? Take care.
How's she doing?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
It's awful she had to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get upstairs. They get my jacket. They found a kid.
My gonna see you tonight?
I don't know. I don't know if tonight's gonna be good.
Last night was pretty good. Hi.
Hey.
Want a beer?
Yeah. You know what? Wait a while on that. Wait on that. Are we square on last night?
Yeah. Yeah, we're square.
Yeah. All right, because I wanna put in whatever we have to on this. You know, the two of us. Take this as far as we can.
Okay.
You up for that?
Yeah. I wanna try.
Yeah. Good.
You wanna pin me? Give me a lavalier or something? Guess we're tied. Huh.
Yeah. Come here.
Good day, Detective.
Hey.
I think maybe it's time to stop acting like strangers when we go through that door.
You call it.
Here you go. I think we ought to think about it. Figure out how to let people know.
Yeah? Well, why don't you stand right there and I'll give you a big wet one right in front of the desk.
Officer Licalsi?
Yeah.
Phone.
Who's calling you on a payphone?
I don't know.
See you later.
This is Officer Licalsi.
Janice?
Yeah, who's this?
Richie.
Richie, huh? Richie who?
Richie, you're gonna meet on your lunch hour today. You know that old post office just over the bridge, Long Island City?
Hey, I don't know any Richies, and what would I want to meet you for?
Take it easy. Be considerate, Janice. Be like me. I call on this phone so your bosses don't hear me say how I know about you used to work with Mr. M. Our friend, Angelo Marino. Wasn't that considerate on my part? Janice.
What?
You still there?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get together.
Yeah, all right.
Just over the bridge.
Who am I gonna look for?
You show up, I'll find you.
I'm Richie. How you doing?
What do you want?
We want you to start picking up a second paycheck again, like when you worked for Angelo Marino.
Yeah, you said that on the phone. I don't know where you get that.
So you met me here because you wanted a breath of fresh air.
I met you here because I wanted to know what the hell you were talking about.
What I'm talking about is my employer is in possession of private records that Angelo Marino kept. You're on his list, Janice. Friendly cops, so stop acting like you still got your cherry.
I never took a cent from Angelo Marino. I was trying to protect my father.
You're a good daughter, good for you.
And Marino's dead now. And my father's dead too.
Life goes on, though, Janice. You got your own career to think about. I think you want to cooperate here. You don't want any bad publicity emerging. This journal entry, that's Marino's own handwriting. Janice, I'm over here.
Who do you work for?
It's nothing for you to think about. All you gotta do is every so often we'll have a request. You get us what we need and everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah, what kind of requests?
Easy stuff. Look at this. We want you to work up this guy's license plate. We need his home and business address. Plus the 500 that's in it, it's bad for your character to turn that down. Not to mention I'll say you took it anyways and go buy lottery tickets. Come on, Janice, we're talking about running a license plate
Screw
here.
you, man. I know what we are talking about.
Come on, cheer up. Have this stuff for me this time tomorrow.
Yeah? Well, I'll let you know when I decide.
Tomorrow, I'll save us 2 parking spaces.
Yeah, you know. It'll get better.
Better? Yeah? Well, I got a seafood ravioli coming up that I think you're really gonna love.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I was thinking about was the phone call you got on the payphone today.
Oh, it was a perp. It was a fence that Lucas and I popped a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He uses that payphone because it's the number that he's used to using. Okay? End of interrogation?
Yeah. No, it's just that when people use that phone, it's because they don't want their conversation recorded. So when you got a call, I mean, you can understand my concern.
Yeah, but I told you who it was.
Okay? And I made too much of it.
You're gonna have to trust me, Johnny. Otherwise, this is not gonna work out.
And I do trust you. Come here. Come here. Got it? Hmm? Wait.
What's wrong?
It feels like there's something else in bed with us. That's what's wrong.
That's a weird thing to say.
It's a weird feeling. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm being reviewed on the way I make love.
Mm-mm. That's not what's happening.
Well, why don't you get out of here, Johnny?
What are you afraid would happen if I stayed?
Oh, don't interrogate me.
What is going on with you? You want me to trust you, and I'm trying, but didn't I see you get another phone call today? You look like you're in jail, and you're making love like you want to break out, so what is going on with you?
Why don't you get out of here, Johnny?
You're involved with these people again, aren't you? Trust you, Janice.
Well, that's my problem.
Okay, your problem. Trust you, but you can lie to me anytime you want, huh? We could have a life, but you don't have to tell me the truth.
Someone else found out. I thought that it was just between me and Marino, but it turns out he kept a book, and I'm in it.
Who contacted you?
Some errand boy named Richie. They want me to run a license plate.
To start you off.
I'm not gonna do this again.
Okay. I want to see this asshole.
Who?
Richie. I want to find out what's going on.
No. Then you'd be involved too.
Janice, I am involved.
Johnny, I want you to go get your clothes.
I want you to call him.
No. I want you to go get your clothes, go away, and let me figure out how I'm gonna deal with this. I'm sorry I didn't tell you the truth.
So now you're telling me the truth, but you won't let me help you. We could have a life, right? Janice, don't get in bed with these people again. I'm telling you.
I won't.
In there.
You disconnected your phone? I was calling you all last night. Now you're 2 hours late for your tour. What the hell is going on, Janice?
I turned myself in.
You what?
I went to Lastarza.
You went to Lastarza. Lastarza, the asshole who gave Andy Shooter the walk, who can't do his job. You're gonna trust him?
I have to get straight with this, John.
He is gonna eat you up, spit you out, get what he wants, and you're gonna end up in jail.
They're looking for you upstairs, Detective.
Okay, we're done here.
We should talk more about this, Detective.
We're gonna talk about it. I'm doing great. I don't understand why you open yourself up to this guy.
Hey, Johnny. Lastarza wouldn't let me tell him about killing Marino.
What are you talking about? You said you turned yourself in.
He wouldn't let me tell him about Marino and his driver. He said that it was a cleared case.
Lastarza got Giardella to say that he did that work.
And a dozen of his other cases fall apart if it comes out that Giardella lied.
But they still have you. Because you never reported Marino's approach. They still have you.
This thing is a cancer, okay? It was spreading to you.
Lastarza is gonna make you go undercover.
If I'd made that phone call last night, you would have gone out and killed that guy.
I'm just telling you what he's gonna do.
And I'm gonna be okay.
See, I don't know what to do with this thing. I don't know how to help you.
I'm gonna be all right.
I don't know how to help you.
Oh, Johnny. I love you.
Come here. Come here. Hey, how's it going?
Okay.
You see Lastarza?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I'm not gonna talk to you about this.
Because he doesn't want you to.
Johnny.
Lie to him. Lie to him. He's lying to you.
I'm not talking to you because I don't want to. I'm not talking to you because of who you are.
What does that mean?
You're my lover, and I don't want to get you involved.
Okay. What if that's unacceptable to me?
I'll try it. Maybe you'll get there.
What do you got, Janice?
This car's been parked on my block for about a week. Thought I'd check and see if it was stolen.
Hey, yo, Officer Licalsi. Get that thing we talked about?
You want a rundown on a license plate? Better satisfy me.
It's nothing heavy.
Do better than that. Or I'm gonna walk away right now.
You look like you might.
Yeah, I will.
Be like this, officer. A bookmaker in our sphere of influence might deal with an individual who frequents a certain bar, establishes credit there with the bookmaker to bet on various sporting events. The bookmaker has no home phone or address on this man, maybe not even his right name. Say this individual suffers some bad luck. Instead of paying off his debts or making arrangements like a citizen, he disappears. Circumstance like that, we have to maintain the bookmaker's credibility. Put our finger on this man so he makes good.
Doing what to him?
I wouldn't let my imagination run away with me. Nobody collects money from a corpse. Are you satisfied, Janice? You read the sports section, Janice? You're on the team now. Take care. I'll be in touch.
definitely gonna talk later.
Yeah, we are.
I saw you meet your greaseball.
I know you did. I saw you, John. And between now and when we talk, why didn't you think how bad you would have jammed me up if he saw you too? Do you want a beer?
No. Look, this following you around thing, okay? It's because I'm worried about you, and you haven't been telling me what's going on.
And I told you why I wouldn't. Johnny, I need you to love me, okay? It's up to me to take care of
Okay,
myself.
let's stop with the word games, okay? Janice, you are kidding yourself. You lie down with a scumbag like Lenardi and a liar like Lastarza.
You don't know what I'm doing. I'm working on an assignment.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to get clean by doing something dirty, and that doesn't work. Meanwhile, they are leading you around town by your nose.
Johnny, do not do this.
I know how this works.
I do too.
You're in too deep.
I know exactly where I am. And you talking to me like I am an idiot does not help things.
Who else is going to tell you the truth?
The truth? The truth is that this is my life. Mine.
You can't have it both ways. Not with me. We can't make a life together and then you go your own way.
This is the only way we can have a life.
Yeah, hi, Elizabeth.
Hey,
Hi, Johnny.
how's it going?
Okay?
That's just conversation.
I know.
I'm not prying.
I know.
Okay. I gotta, Lieutenant wants to see me. Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later. Good seeing you. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Tommy's using secondhand appointment books, AM.
This was in there?
Yeah. Now this is what ambition's all about, John. This is how the cream rises to the top. You see, Tommy wanted to be the first baboon on the block to carry a briefcase. Here, look at this. Racing form. There's some discount supermarket coupons and some New Year's Eve party crap. Oh, hey, here is a TV Guide crossword puzzle. 3-letter word meaning feline, and Tommy already had the last letter. So what do you think? AM, Angelo Marino?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
You want me to vouch that for intelligence?
No, you know what? Let me hold on to it. I'll do it when we get back. All right?
So what do you say, we want to canvass the area? I mean, outfit hit, neighbors got to be bursting with stories, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Officer?
Off your account of the Christmas party, your buddy Richie and the guy with him are suspects in Lenardi's shooting.
Well, I haven't heard from Richie.
We need the other guy's name.
I told you, Inspector, he never gave it up.
We can't make him off our surveillance photos.
Well, it's too bad they don't wear name tags. Huh?
I want you to keep me apprised of the investigation upstairs.
Here?
They're not telling me dick. And if they have anything, I want to know about it.
Hey, Inspector, you drafted me to get to Tommy Lenardi. Well, now he is dead.
Officer, you're out when I say you're out.
I won't rat on my own people.
I'm telling you, you are not out yet.
You're a prick.
Keep your ears open.
You working on the Lenardi shooting?
Yeah.
This work I've been doing for Lastarza. I went to a Christmas party and Lenardi stiffed a couple guys in their year-end crime exploit bonus, and they were really pissed. One of the guys I didn't get a name on, he's kind of an ND guy, 6 feet, dark hair, he's from out of town.
What about the other guy?
It's Richie, the guy I've been meeting, Lenardi's runner.
The guy from the payphone. Did you get a last name on him?
Catena.
What about an address, a phone number?
No, he always called me.
Okay, I can get it off his PCI. Is Lastarza on this?
Yeah, hard.
Yeah. He told me he didn't have any leads.
Well, you didn't hear this from me, John.
Hey, John, how are you? Good, how are you?
We need to talk later.
About what?
Okay? About some of the stuff in the Lenardi effects. Thanks for your help. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, how's it going?
Okay, yes.
You got a minute?
Yeah, we can have that talk?
Yeah. You're all jammed up. We found Marino's notebook at that crime scene. Intelligence is on the way over to pick it up.
Well, I reported to Lastarza about that notebook, and he said if I worked undercover, the books would be cleared.
Is that written down anywhere?
He said it was cleared at command level.
Did you speak to anybody at command level?
Lastarza said it was cleared. You don't think he'll stand up? We made a deal.
Okay, listen to me. I'm going back upstairs to work a while. I'll be back and forth from my desk.
What's that supposed
to
mean?
The notebook is on my desk. Now, I'm not telling you how to run your life. I'm just telling you where the notebook is. You do what you think you gotta do. Get what you need?
Yeah.
Bye. Night.
Later. I waited at your place.
It's over for you with them. Without your name in that notebook, they have no access to you. And Lastarza has too much reason to keep his mouth shut.
I gotta admit, I didn't see all the angles. Sitting outside your place, I kept thinking about how it was up to us now. About how maybe we could make it like it was before. But we can't. Can't we, Johnny? I don't know how long it would take. But if we were together, you'd start to hate me because of what you did for me. Or maybe you hate me now.
No. I'm just glad you're all right.
Goodbye, Johnny.
Muggers, drug dealers on every street corner. Our trusty police force can't be bothered. No, they got their manpower focused on an after-hours card joint. I'm sure the streets will be a lot safer tonight, officer.
When does your battery run down?
I'm gonna take these booking reports down to the Sarge.
Hey, did you get a chance to give my message to Detective Sipowicz?
He hasn't come back yet.
Is she getting special treatment?
Look like she is.
So, we make a pretty good theme, huh?
Yeah, we did all right. You're never gonna make a living playing blackjack, though.
Yeah, I lost all my flash money.
You gotta learn not to split eights against a face card.
Well, you know, that never came up at the academy. Hey, I bet I could teach you a couple things, too, you know. Like, you know what delts are?
No, Roy, what are delts?
Well, delts are these muscles. Here. You got great potential delts, if the right person worked you out. Well, I only noticed because of this sexy bare shoulders thing you're wearing.
Roy, we need to set some ground rules.
Oh, let me guess. No complimenting each other while we're on the clock.
Yeah, something like that.
So if I'm going to tell you how great I could make you look, it would have to be after the shift.
Let's get these people squared away, okay? Hey, Sarge, here are the arrest reports.
Wagon will be here in 10 minutes. Who's taking them over to court?
Me and Larson. Could you get them started? I'll be up there in a minute.
Sure.
Morning. Can I speak to you for a minute?
Thanks.
Yeah?
Anti-crime put an undercover into an after-hours gambling club, and we popped the operators and some of the prostitutes they had for the big customers. One of the hookers is asking for you. She says she can't make bail.
Who?
Lois Snyder.
What you want to do? Set me up to give me a shot again? Here. You give her this. And you tell her to stay away from me, all right?
Kelly!
Hey.
Don't walk away from me, man. I'm talking to you.
If you got a problem you want to discuss with me, Roy, that's fine. But lose the attitude, okay?
Hey, I come by it honestly. You are putting it around that I blew that decoy operation.
No, I'm not. I don't have time to think about it, Roy, or you.
What's more, I think you got a motive for making a mutt out of me.
Mm-hmm. What would that be?
I think that you are trying to demean me in the eyes of a woman. Meaning Janice Licalsi. Detective Kelly.
That's not the case, Roy.
I say it is the case.
Okay, shut your mouth and listen to what I have to say. All cops make mistakes. The worst thing you can do is start blaming yourself or assume that anybody else around here is blaming you for anything, unless you've got a reason. And in this case, you don't. Nobody is talking behind your back about anything. So be a man, accept what happened, and move on.
You are telling me how to be a man.
You look like you want to hit me, Roy. Do you really want to start a squad room brawl here with another cop? How bad do you want to hurt yourself around here?
Good night, Detective.
Good night, officer.
Hey, you want to get a beer?
No, thanks.
Janice.
Yeah.
Listen, don't let anyone tell you that I didn't ID myself to that perp last night, because I did.
No one's saying you didn't, Roy. You can let that go.
Because I know what went down out there, and I am fine with it. Okay? And if it was a question of your safety, I would do the same thing again. It's your ex-boyfriend, you know, trying to make it look like I screwed up.
Why don't you just drop it now, okay?
Yeah, well, he better stay off my case if he wants to stay intact. You know what I mean?
Roy, you're embarrassed because you made a couple of mistakes today. Don't try to put it on Kelly.
I put it where it belongs.
Oh, well, in that case, put it up your ass.
Hey, I gotta talk to you.
Okay.
What's going on, Janice?
What's going on?
Oh, yeah? Then how come the duty roster suddenly got me paired with Sakla?
Because I asked for a new partner.
If it's because you think that I blew that undercover...
No, it's not the
operation,
undercover.
Then what?
I don't think you are a safe or reliable partner.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Well, if you want to hear it straight, I think you have a substance abuse problem.
A what? A substance abuse what? Is that what your friend Kelly's saying about me?
Okay, Roy, why don't we just drop this, okay? This is not about John Kelly. And the other thing I said, maybe I'm wrong. I got no way of knowing. All I know is that I'd feel more comfortable partnering with somebody else.
I guess I can't argue with that.
No hard feelings.
Look, since we're not going to partner, that clears the way for us to get together socially.
You really don't get this, do you, Roy? Listen to what I'm saying. I don't want to have anything to do with you.
Interesting looking dog you got there.
Good night.
Yeah, well, she's in the middle of some antibiotic treatments. Adults are cold.
Yeah. Good night, fellas.
Night, Sarge.
No problem.
Hey, Kelly!
Bye.
What do you want?
You're a real bushwhack artist, aren't you, Kelly?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you're not man enough to go one-on-one. You gotta hide underneath your lieutenant's skirts. telling everybody I got a drug problem.
Hey, we both know you brought this on yourself.
How about you cost me my job, you prick?
Hey, Roy, my advice would be you take this outside the station house, okay? You go outside, you get whatever it is off your chest. That'd be a better idea than what you're doing here.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm gonna kick his ass, then I'm gonna kick your ass.
Hey, if we go, we're gonna go.
It's a hell of a fall there, Roy. The floor can be pretty slippery this time of year. Come on, pup.
Okay, people, come on. Party's over.
Hey, Detective.
Hey, morning.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Sure.
I'm being promoted. I'm getting my shield.
Is that right?
Yeah, Lastarza's going to DEA. Guess he wanted to take out an insurance policy.
Well, good luck with that.
I'm being assigned to intelligence, but that isn't effective for about a month. I'll be in the squad until then, unless you object. Fancy's gonna talk to you about it.
How do you feel about it?
I feel okay. If you feel okay about it. I mean, I don't have any problems with it.
Well, I'll talk to him. And congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey.
Hey.
So, I guess I show up in the squad tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, hey, it'll be good.
By any chance, you wouldn't feel like going for a beer, would you? Touching base?
I'm working on this guy.
I wanted to tell you that I'm glad we're going to get to work together. The last couple months haven't been that great for me, and I know it may be awkward starting out, but I think we can get past that. And I'd like us to wind up friends.
I'd like that, too. Let's see what happens, all right?
See you, John.
All right. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right.
Busy day, huh?
Yeah, we got a collar on that shooting homicide.
Surprise perp, huh?
Yeah.
Quiet day for me.
Yeah, well, I'd probably bring you along slow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Has all my
Hey, Coppertone.
Yeah.
Oh, Janice Licalsi, Robin Workus.
How you doing?
Okay.
Robin was in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah? That's nice. Yeah. I got some phone calls tonight.
Okay.
It's nice meeting you.
You too.
We ain't saying nothing, man.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah, what happened?
it. I mean, it's confidential. I can tell you, but then I'd have to keep it.
Well, you wouldn't want
I'd have to help.
Well, that's exactly. See the shooting? You mean where the cop killed that man for no reason? Shot him in the face? Yeah, were you here? No, but that's what happened.
Hey, police lady! Why don't you come over here and talk to me a little, too?
Shut your mouth. What have you got to say? Hot tough guy.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you get hurt?
My shoulder. It's just a little.
What were you trying to do?
Just get statements.
It looked like you were trying to take on the whole crowd, Janice.
Yeah, well,
Well, what?
nothing.
What's the matter?
I just feel so bad. It's weird, huh? I got my shield. You and I are working on getting along. Everything's great. Only trouble is, I know my shield's a buyout from Lastarza, and it's pretty clear that you wish I was in Alaska. And I have dreams about killing people every night. Wonder where that comes from. You want to know the truth, John? I feel like I'm falling apart. If something happened to me on the street and I was doing somebody good, I don't think that's the worst thing that could happen.
You gotta get some help with this.
If I talk to one of those department counselors, I'm gonna have to lie about what's on my mind, and they'll still probably put me in the rubber gun squad.
What about your family? Your priest?
Oh, he still thinks I'm 11.
Okay, I know somebody we can talk to. He's a good listener.
He'd have to be.
He is.
How much can I tell him?
You can tell him everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me reach out to him, and I'll talk to you about it later, okay?
Okay. That's what I do.
My life is a mess.
What kind of mess?
Generally.
Okay, can you give me a for instance? How did you find out about that?
They said that they'd let it out what my dad had done unless I helped him to.
And did you?
I committed a crime, Father. A terrible crime.
What did you do?
I killed 2 men. They wanted me to kill somebody and I didn't want to do it. And I knew that if I didn't do it, they'd kill me and this other person. And I was in the car with them and this one guy was threatening me and I pulled out my gun and I shot him. And I shot his driver, too. He was Angelo Marino. He was this mob guy.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
I kept telling myself that these were bad men. These were evil men. And if I hadn't done what I did, they would have killed me and someone else. And I tried to believe it. That's why God let me get away with it. But I can't get away with it. It's eating everything up. Maybe that's God's will, too. Tell me what to do.
I think you know what you should do.
Janice?
I killed Angelo Marino and his driver. I know Giardella copped to it, but I did it. I shot him in his car.
Detective, I'm going to stop you right there. If you want to give a statement, we should get a DA, and you should have a lawyer present.
I don't want a lawyer.
Then I think you should see a DEA delegate. Detective Licalsi has told me she killed Angelo Marino and his driver. I placed her under arrest. She's aware of her rights, and she'd like to give a full statement now.
I think you should have a lawyer representing you.
I'd like to get this over with.
Detective, without knowing the details of the situation here, I think before you say anything else, you should have a lawyer representing you.
I don't want a lawyer.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Detective, you are confessing to a crime Alphonse Giardella claimed he committed.
That was part of a deal. It made Giardella look better to confess.
Let's start at the beginning.
Excuse me. Come here, Jerry. Jerry, you know what she's doing up there? She's giving herself away to a DA in Internal Affairs. How did that happen?
Hey, you and I can't talk about this.
I put you two together so she could get some peace of mind, not wind up in jail, Jerry.
She's making her own choices, John. She's doing what she wants to do.
What did you tell her? She was going to heaven? That you were going to save her soul?
You're out of line.
This is not stained glass, Jerry. This is the real world. This girl is going to get popped and wind up in jail.
Is this your urgent police business, huh? Giving me a lecture on the immorality of doing my job?
If she goes to jail, this is on your conscience.
Yeah, I'm all right with my conscience. How's your conscience, John?
She confessed to killing Marino and his driver. Said Marino approached her to hit you off leverage about her dad. Said she thought they were going to kill her, and it would ruin her father if she came forward.
In without a lawyer, Lieutenant?
She declined to lawyer John over and over.
They're going to arraign her now?
Yeah.
What about bail?
My boss said to ask for 100,000.
Based on what? She just turned herself in.
That's what he told me.
Can I
to ask.
speak to her, please?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Detective Kelly, Robin.
I'll have to call her back. Can I get a minute, please?
Sure.
Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Hey. How are we doing in here?
To be honest, I'm a little dizzy.
Okay. All right, then we sit down, right?
This is like a dream.
Yeah.
I just gotta get through it.
Yeah. Okay, now, they're talking about setting the bond at $100,000.
Well, I got $2,500 in the bank, and I got $4,000 in equity in my car.
Okay, and I got $10,000 cash you can have.
No, Johnny, it's
Okay,
okay.
but
We'll
listen
take
to
care
me.
of
This is the listen to me, okay? I'm gonna get an attorney in here for you.
No,
Listen to me. There is guilty, Janice, and then there's guilty. Okay? Let me get a lawyer in here for you.
Oh, Johnny. It was right. I had to tell. And now, we'll just see what happens.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Licalsi's printed. I'm taking her down to central booking. Statements on their shooting at their convenience, okay?
We got a witness account confirming our officer's version. And urology for the shooter came back positive for coke.
Good. Glad it turned out.
Well, it's not like it came away empty-handed.
Lieutenant, you might want to know, my office released the Licalsi arrest information to the press.
Wait a minute. You are gonna take her out in front of them?
I'm taking her down to central booking, detective. She's under arrest for murder. Who sees or doesn't see that happen really doesn't concern me.
Lieutenant? I'll fill you in. Stop. Wait. Give me your hands. You ready? Let's go.
Get ready, guys. It's a zoo down there.
We're ready.
Okay, that must be her. Janice?
Okay, this one.
I'm getting scared now.
Okay. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Hang in there. We're here, Janice. We're here. A friend of mine needs a lawyer.
Everyone's entitled to an attorney, Detective Kelly. They're just not entitled to me. Would this friend be charged with homicide? 2 counts?
Yeah.
We're talking about Janice Licalsi, are we? The deaths of Angelo Marino and his driver?
Would that be a problem for you, Marino being involved?
Detective, my practice has exposed me to past clients killing current clients killing former clients, even current clients killing other current clients. The prospect of defending Ms. Licalsi would present an irony falling short of an ethical dilemma.
Which means if the money were right, you'd be up for it.
That's not a small hurdle. I charge $400 an hour for prep time and depositions, $4,000 for each day of trial. We get into the 6 figures pretty quickly.
Well, that's way out of my league.
So what would be in your league?
$25,000.
Dip into your pension fund? Pay on the balance once a week till the fall of the Republic? That the sort of arrangement you're envisioning?
You know what's going on here. How they came at her, the position they put her in.
Detective, we would do much better if we discussed my participation in ancillary revenues, tabloid sales, film projects. I would expect to recover my fees from first proceeds.
What if she were up for that?
Then I would think we could do business. She's a Rikers?
She's a Rikers.
I'll give her a call. I'm James Sinclair, Miss Licalsi. John Kelly told you I'd be coming.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want you representing me, Mr. Sinclair.
That is entry-level perception, Miss Licalsi. Once the doors of a courtroom close, reputations quickly subordinate to the quality of the practitioner. Your friend John Kelly understands that.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking to get away with anything. That's not why I admitted to killing 2 men. I'm ready to pay for what I did.
May I call you Janice?
Okay.
What would you say is the proper penalty for your crime?
I don't know.
Had you decided to kill Angelo Marino and his driver before you got into the car that night?
No. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
By that account, you're wrongly charged. You hadn't conceived intention. When you stepped into the car, were you afraid for your life? For your father's life or Detective Kelly's life?
I knew that if I didn't kill John, they'd find another way, and that I'd be a liability.
Meaning they'd kill you?
Yeah.
Then and there?
I was afraid and confused. I didn't know if I thought they'd kill me right then and there.
You only know what you did.
And I confessed to it.
Then let 12 honest people judge you, Janice. Don't do all the parts yourself. You've submitted to a system. Let it work its course.
And you'll steer me through it.
I'll steer if you'll let me. Is there any special reason for you to be in jail right now?
It's where I'm ending up. I thought I might as well get used to it.
We're all gonna die. It doesn't mean we have to camp out in graveyards. I know you're aware that John Kelly is willing to help you make bail. I think you should let him do that. Janice, let me steer.
Hey.
Hi, Johnny.
Come on in.
I squared the block twice. Nobody followed me.
Come on in, sit down. What's up?
I'm worried about you testifying tomorrow.
It's gonna go okay.
How can it go okay? If you open your mouth, you're gonna have to lie, and then they're gonna come after you.
Janice, I'm gonna take care of myself. You talk to Sinclair?
Yeah, he likes the jury. He thinks the first 2 days went okay.
Can you give any reason why this genius Cerrone is gonna testify?
He thinks it's about Marino's ledger. Johnny, I did what I did, and I'm ready to go away for it.
That's not right. If you were not a cop, this would not be happening. A DA would let you plead.
But I wouldn't be able to live with myself if it brings you down, too.
Come here. Now, listen to me, okay? We are gonna get through this. Did you hear me?
I love you. I'm always gonna love you.
You know, we're making this right. We don't need to confuse this now.
I'm not gonna say I'm sorry.
I don't want you to say you're sorry. I think you should go. We don't want to confuse this. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will see you tomorrow in court, right? See you tomorrow.
Detective Kelly, you were the original investigating officer in the shooting deaths of Angelo Marino and his bodyguard, Anthony Capella.
That's right.
According to her statement, you also had a personal involvement with Janice Licalsi. who has confessed to committing those murders. You were sleeping with her before and after the shootings. Detective, is it your testimony that despite this intimate relationship, you never suspected Miss Licalsi might have committed these crimes?
That's right.
Detective, I now call your attention to a murder that occurred 2 months after the Marino shootings. You were also the investigating officer in the death of Thomas Lenardi, isn't that correct?
I was one of the investigating officers.
Did there come into your possession in the course of that investigation a ledger which had belonged to Angelo Marino and which listed officers in the police department who had been on Marino's payroll?
I collected the ledger at the Lenardi crime scene.
Does Janice Licalsi's name appear in this document?
No.
The account book lists police officers who were on Marino's payroll. By her own admission, Janice Licalsi was working for Angelo Marino, yet her name does not appear.
What's your question?
The intelligence division of the police department believes pages have been torn from the Marino ledger. Do you have any idea how that could have happened?
No.
For how many days was the ledger in your personal custody?
2 days.
No foundation that the pages were removed during that time frame, Your Honor.
He didn't make that allegation.
I'll put it to you directly, Detective. Did there come a point during the Lenardi investigation at which you discovered Miss Licalsi's complicity in the Marino murders?
No.
Did you not confront her with your discovery?
No.
Out of love or loyalty, did you not suppress evidence so that she could come forward as a martyr to conscience and put herself in a better light?
I did not suppress any evidence, and I had nothing to do with her coming forward.
I want to recall Detective Kelly following testimony from a subsequent witness, Your Honor. Nothing more from it this time.
She came forward on her own.
Stand down. You're to be available for recall.
Okay?
Yeah. How was your day?
Okay. Last 5 days have been okay.
Been a little hectic.
So how's she doing?
How's who doing?
Who? Hillary Clinton who?
She's doing okay. She just wants this part of it over. She wants to get sentenced. Let's get some medics. I still have feelings for her.
Janice Licalsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you do. Have you even seen her?
I saw her last night.
You sleep with her?
No, it's just that, you know, it's like a mess, and she's going to jail, and...
Let me just ask you a question, Johnny. When a person's in trouble, you get very protective. And let me just ask you, when you say feelings, could it be those or
No. I have feelings for her.
I guess we gotta stop seeing each other.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we were friends before. We're still gonna be friends, okay? You love who you love. And I'm not hungry.
Have you met my co-counsel? What's going on?
This is no good, Johnny.
If D.A. Abrams hadn't got an ethical shiver just now, Janice would have bargained herself into a 6-year bid.
I don't want you testifying anymore.
She called on the district attorney behind my back. Said she'd take 6 on a plea.
Janice.
Gina Zerone can put you in jail.
Gina Zerone is a half-whore whose credibility I'm going to destroy before John ever gets on the stand. I want you to forget about Gina Zerone. I want you to trust in John Kelly, and I want you to let me do my job, which right now is preparing him for cross. Now, please excuse us.
I'll do the 6.
You can do better than that.
Excuse us, Janice. Clients with conscience make for complicated lawyering.
You can do better than that for her, can't you?
I'm gonna be candid. Abrams got what he needed from that girl. He's positioned you finding out what Janice did and making her come forward. Off that, he's gonna project an effort to conceal into every action Janice took before and after the shootings. He's counting on you to deny you witnessed the meeting. That protects your legal position, but it leaves Janice hanging. Look, I'm not gonna try to put words in your mouth, okay? I never asked what you saw, didn't see, what you knew, or didn't know. All I'm saying is when Janice walks onto that witness stand, I need those 12 people back, believing she made a free confession.
That's the truth.
The truth and a trial have as much to do with each other as a hot dog and a warm puppy. I'm asking, can you sell the story?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Detective Kelly, I again draw your attention to the meeting last December 14th, at which Janice Licalsi was shown pages from the so-called Marino ledger. And I ask whether you witnessed that meeting.
Yes, I did.
You acknowledge that you witnessed the meeting on the steps of the New York Public Library between Miss Licalsi and Richard Catena?
I witnessed the meeting from about 200 feet away. I saw no pages or no documents being passed.
How did you happen to be present?
Janice had received a phone call at the station house that afternoon. She said she had to go meet someone. She seemed upset about it. I became worried and I followed her.
Since you've denied entertaining any suspicion of Miss Licalsi, I take it after seeing her converse with a known criminal, your concerns were assuaged.
When she got back to the station house, I confronted her about it, and she said that Tommy Lenardi had approached her a couple of days earlier. She reported this to the organized crime unit and was told to cooperate and inform them of what she'd been asked to do.
In the course of this confrontation with Miss Licalsi, did you discuss her prior criminal activities?
I had no knowledge of them.
Did you discuss the pages she'd been shown from the journal?
I've never seen the pages.
Detective Kelly, is it your testimony that you felt no curiosity as to why Miss Licalsi had been approached? Did you think she'd been approached at random?
I thought she was approached because her father was in their pocket until he killed himself.
All right. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Sinclair.
Let's be clear, Detective Kelly. In the aftermath of this meeting that Mr. Abrams has been at such pains to establish, you discovered Janice Licalsi had been acting on assignment.
That's right.
As a consequence, you had no reason to suspect her of any criminal activity.
No reason.
Let alone specific complicity in the Marino murders.
That's correct.
As a matter of fact, Detective, the shooting of Angelo Marino and his driver was a cleared case, isn't that correct?
Absolutely.
Someone had confessed to those murders.
Alphonse Giardella had confessed to those murders.
Mr. Abrams has therefore taken a day and a half to establish that on the basis of a meeting you saw from several hundred feet, a meeting whose particulars you'd have no way of divining, a meeting you subsequently ascertained Janice Licalsi had been assigned to attend, you failed to conclude that she'd committed murders several months previous, murders to which someone else had pleaded guilty. Detective Kelly, did you have any connection with Janice Licalsi coming forward and acknowledging the acts for which she's now on trial?
The day before Janice confessed, she'd been promoted, and so we periodically worked together in the squad room. That day, she initiated a conversation, and she said she was upset about things.
Was she specific?
No, and I felt I was not the person she needed to talk to, so I gave her the name of my priest. She contacted him. The next day they had a conversation, and then she came forward.
And what was your reaction?
I was surprised and sorry because I felt that she was in a bad position. Criminals had approached her, and I think she was trying to protect her father. As for her coming forward, I believe that came directly from her conscience, and I hope she'd be all right.
Detective Kelly, have you now described the full extent and context of your involvement in these events?
Yes, I have.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
You're right where you belong.
Come outside.
Right where you belong.
Licalsi, tell us what happened when you met Angelo Marino that night.
We were in the back of his car. He asked me why I hadn't obeyed his instructions.
And what were those instructions?
To kill Detective John Kelly.
And what was your reply?
I said I was working on it.
And what was Mr. Marino's reaction?
He was infuriated. He said that I was in love with John Kelly.
And was that the truth?
Yes.
What, if anything, did you think Marino would do at that moment?
I was afraid he'd kill me, and then later kill Detective Kelly.
Did you believe Mr. Marino and his bodyguard to be armed?
I knew Tony, his driver, carried a .38 revolver, and Angelo Marino usually carried a .45 caliber automatic in the pouch behind the passenger seat.
Knowing them to be armed, and fearing it was Mr. Marino's intention to kill you, how did you react?
I panicked. I drew my off-duty weapon and I shot both men.
Would it be fair to say that this was a spontaneous act born of panic and fear?
Yes.
As you know, someone else, Alphonse Giardella, confessed to these shootings. In effect, you got away with what you did. What prompted you to come forward?
I couldn't live with myself anymore.
Were you counseled by anyone to come forward?
A priest, Father Jerry Downey.
How did you come into contact with Father Downey?
He's John Kelly's parish priest. I'd asked John if he knew someone I could talk to.
Was giving you the name of his priest John Kelly's only connection with your decision to confess?
Yes. John Kelly never knew about any of this.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Miss Licalsi, you've stated that 6 days elapsed between Angelo Marino's ordering you to kill John Kelly and the time you shot and killed Marino in his drive.
That's right.
During that period, since you were directly disobeying his orders, did it occur to you that the next time you saw Marino, you might be in danger yourself?
I was worried, if that's what you mean.
You knew the task he gave you to do was important to him, and you knew his reputation.
Yes.
When you were summoned to the meeting at which you knew you would have to confront him, do you recall how much notice you were given?
A few hours.
And during those hours, Miss Licalsi, as you anticipated the meeting with a violent and dangerous man who, by your own account, had turned your life upside down and was threatening to destroy it, is it your testimony that you never once considered the act that could solve all your problems? Save the life of the man you loved and extricate yourself from your own personal danger?
I never thought about shooting Marino until I was in the car.
Miss Licalsi, how could this sense of danger come to you as a sudden revelation? You were an experienced police officer. You had successfully conducted a life of duplicity and secrecy for months on end, as you would for months to come. Was it only during these few hours that your capacity for planning and forethought escaped you?
I'm not pretending my behavior made sense.
I think there's hard logic to your behavior, Miss Licalsi. I think what you did in that car makes the coldest kind of sense.
Is there a question in there, Your Honor?
Miss Licalsi, as someone with considerable professional experience, do you believe that a woman who shot and killed 2 men would receive more favorable treatment if she were to appear to confess voluntarily and with remorse, or if an ex-lover turned her in?
Objection, irrelevant.
Sustained.
Nothing further then, Your Honor.
You may step down, Miss Licalsi.
Speaking with Gina Zerone, former girlfriend of a soldier in the Marino crime family, Gina now lives without allies in the no-man's land between those who enforce the law and those who break it. As we speak here tonight, you're in fear for your life, aren't you, Gina?
Yes, I am.
You're in fear of reprisal from both sides of the law.
Yes, I am.
Yesterday, Gina testified at the Blue murder trial of former police officer Janice Licalsi. She identified Detective John Kelly as witness to a meeting between Janice Licalsi and Gina's boyfriend, Richie Catena, who has since been gruesomely murdered. And she has even more startling accusations she's prepared to share with the public tonight. Gina, your boyfriend told you that Tommy Lenardi, successor to Marino as capo, had told him that Marino had more contacts in the police department than the 11 officers whose names have been revealed to this point.
That was what he told me, yes.
And what did you infer from this as regards John Kelly?
When I saw John Kelly following Janice Licalsi that day, I put 2 and 2 together.
Now you're
She's got you pegged, John. You were in Marino's pocket all along.
Hey, he's talking to Medavoy tomorrow.
About the ledger?
Yeah. Come here.
But ladies and gentlemen, no one made Janice Licalsi get into Angelo Marino's car. She had a choice. As a police officer, she knew she could have Marino arrested. She chose not to do that. Instead, she became judge, jury, and executioner all in one. Whether Janice Licalsi subsequently came forward out of genuine remorse or because her crime had been discovered by her lover and was about to be exposed, she is not relieved of her responsibility for what she did that night. Even in our age of pass-the-blame psychologizing, feeling like you're in a tight spot does not qualify as extreme emotional disturbance, as defined by the law. When Janice Licalsi fired those 5 hollow point shells, she knew exactly what she was doing. She was getting out from under. The law describes such an act as murder with forethought, and it prescribes a price. It is your duty now to exact it.
Ladies and gentlemen, 17 months ago, Janice Licalsi began a desperate attempt to save her father's career and reputation, and set in motion a series of events which culminated in a terrible act for which she's now on trial. Per the orders of Angelo Marino, who was threatening to expose her father for having once been on the mob payroll, Janice Licalsi transferred precincts. Per Marino's orders, she surveilled Detective John Kelly, seduced him, and won his trust. Then, as so often happens in this sort of human tragedy, fate played a cruel trick. Janice Licalsi and John Kelly fell in love. Then, she was ordered to kill him. For all her desire to protect her father, Janice Licalsi could never commit such a repugnant act. Day after day went by, and still she failed to carry out Marino's order. After 6 days, she was summoned by Marino to a meeting in an underground garage. She knew the meaning of the summons. She knew that by failing to act, she had put her own life at risk as well. As Janice Licalsi entered Angelo Marino's car, she was like someone who has gone off a cliff. At that instant, in fear for her life, as Marino confronted her, Janice Licalsi's instincts took over. In a single, explosive, and unthinking moment, she reacted. The woman you are to judge could not be more different from those who hide behind the shield of victimization in order to deny the most egregious acts. Janice Licalsi is taking responsibility for her actions. Janice Licalsi is willing to pay her debt to society. All she asks is that you take into account the obvious
an undeniable presence of what the state penal code calls extreme emotional disturbance. If you believe that a woman threatened with her father's destruction, the murder of her lover, and her own likely death could possibly be subject to extreme emotional disturbance, then I ask you to do as the law requires. I ask you to return the lesser verdict of manslaughter.
I understand you've reached a verdict.
Ms. Foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes. Will the defendant please rise?
How say you as to the first count of murder in the second degree? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
How say you to the second count of manslaughter in the first degree?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of the jury? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience and service in this very difficult trial. The people of New York State are grateful. You are now excused. Bail will be continued pending sentence, and court is adjourned.
2 years max. Work release in 6 months. Not bad for a shyster mouthpiece.
Nothing is more important to me than the trust of my audience. So if the statement I'm about to make causes me personal embarrassment or discomfort, that's a price I'm willing to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, new information I've been made privy to in the last few hours exonerates Detective John Kelly and casts severe doubt on the veracity of my witnesses.
Where'd that come from?
Somebody else must have bought him.
Sinclair thinks I'm only gonna do about 6 months.
They did good for you.
You did good for me. You know the way upstate?
I know the way upstate.